Here's the motor pan. There's a lot of dust right there. Here's the motor itself. I can see some fine dust. I mean, it doesn't seem that bad. It is dusty though. Okay, well, before I start taking anything off, I'm just going to use a brush here, paintbrush. Get as much of this off as I can. And I'll come back. But I want to get this as clean as I can before I start opening up the bottom. This is the piece that needs to come off. And there's 3 screws. There's one way back here. Yeah, you can see this one and then one on the other side. But you can't reach them. So you got to pull the motor out. But I think what I can do is I can just undo these 2, lift it up, and maybe be able to reach them. That's my goal. If I can do that without pulling the whole motor out, that would be nice. I'll be back. Well, it's been probably 6 or 7 years. So all that came off. It just came off of the motor. I'd already wiped the outside off, so that was inside the motor. I still have more on there. Very fine dust, a lot of dirt. There's the belt. So, we're getting there. Now we're going to try to go ahead and remove this one and this one, and then the other on the other side, and lift the motor out, keeping this one intact, the top one. I'm hoping that when I do that, of course, I know that's going to affect my belt, but the tensioning of the belt is done with these and this here. So by doing these are in a fixed location. I should be able to get it back to where it was, or close to it. So, and I started this before I got the comments, by the way. On the first video, I said, send me comments if you have any hints, but I couldn't wait. I'd still like comments. Let me know. This will be a learning thing for all of us to have these Power Pros, I'm hoping. Hey, YouTube. All right. Got all my screws out. So now I'm going to take this piece of wood, see if I can jam this up to help hold this thing out. Okay. All right, now. I hope you can see this. This thing is heavy. Oops. Need a thicker piece of wood. I think it's going to work. Let's see here. Scrap. I need some scrap. Hey, Jim, you got any scrap? I think I do. Oh, here's a chunk. This is thicker. This might work. Okay. Oh. That came off of the plastic. So yeah, there's black kind of very fine dust. It's been 6 years, 7 years. I've never opened it since I put it together. So, you know, maybe it should be looked after a little bit more often. But, okay, I can reach this screw fine. I'm going to look at the back, see if I can reach it. Yeah, okay. So, again, I don't know what I'm doing. I've never had this cover off. When I bought it, the motor came complete. So I don't know what's going to happen here. But that's a pretty good long screw. And I don't know what it's going to take this plastic cover off. I wouldn't assume that it's going to be very bad. They are pretty long screws though. So far they're the same size. So that's good to know. All right. Pretty dirty. Oh, come right up. Oh, wow. Can you see in there? Look at that. And it's really not like a sawdust. It's actually like a dirt. Kind of a brownish gray. Pretty dirty. And the board is supposed to be behind this fan. I think I see it way down in here. Can you see where I'm pointing? Way down in there. So I've heard people say that I saw on there that they take this fan and pull it off to get to the board. I think what I'm going to try though, I'm going to just, let's see, do I have it up here? I'm just going to use one of these. Shoot it all up in there. And see what happens first before trying to pull this fan off. I do have a gear puller. It looks like I would need a gear puller to do this right without damaging this thing because it's kind of an aluminum type of product. And I see shiny areas right here. I don't know about that's like it was wearing on something compared to the rest. Oh, you know what? That could be, okay, that could be where that sensor is. I'll be back. Okay, hope the air compressor doesn't come on and make too much noise. But here we go. Oh yeah, a lot of dust come out of that, huh? Try to come to the other side. Well, I'm going to do a lot more blowing. You saw the initial dust coming out, so there is some dust in there. Hopefully I don't have to pull the fan off. It doesn't look like it's going to be that bad after I looked in there. But I'm not really sure. I don't have a real strong air compressor, so I'm not sure how well it's working on the optical sensors. I'll be back. Ugh, dirty job. As I looked inside now, I took a nice little flashlight and shot down in there. There's little metal panels like inside there that swing by the sensor. And there's like dirt on those, caked on. And then on the backside of the fan, there's caked on dust in there too. So I'm thinking I didn't want to have to take this out, but I think that's the right thing to do in order to get it really good and clean. This blew a lot out. I just don't feel like it's going to be done enough. and I'd rather be sure. So there's a C-clip on there on that shaft that I've got to pull out, and I've got there's a special tool you can use for those that I've got to take that clip off, and then you like a gear puller, maybe. I don't know how tight that's going to be on there. And I'm not really sure about alignment. I forgot about that too, that might have to go back on a certain way. So maybe I will just blow this thing out some more and then give it a shot, because I haven't really taken that much apart. And I'm going to do something that you shouldn't do. I'm going to remove this belt from the motor. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing, can you? I'm removing the belt from the top of the motor here and get it over to the side here, so that nothing can turn other than the motor. And then I'm going to, I might attempt to just turn it on and see if the motor moves at all. I don't think anything will break. Cross your fingers for me. That's what I'm going to try.